I'm looking to say, hello, can you hear me?
We there, you know, the
Oh, okay. Yes. For I'm hearing. Okay, AJ. Your people there.
oh, sorry, make a move.
Though I don't seem to really have a topic for today, but something was on my mind. I really don't know how relevant it is for today, or maybe for days to come, sha. But whichever way, since it's on my mind, I think I should just go there briefly. And the question on my mind was, what is life you live for if it is not worth dying for? The life you live, what is what is it worth? What's the essence of it if that particular life is not worth dying for? And I'm saying that in with a perspective to say that of everything and in anything that we are saying or that we have to do, there is always a greater good, a greater perspective, or a greater side to it. And this is further buttressed by another point that says normal people get normal results. Now, these are kind of two different sides of the same coin, and I will come from those two angles as I wrap up. So, from the first part, I just want us to quickly take a look at even the so called big businesses and big names. Behind everything that every one of them has done, either in making impact, either in making money, either in doing big business, whatever it is, there is always that part of them trying to do something for other people, some for society, some for less privileged, some for community, even up to the level of the SDG, the millennial goals, and all of those things, even the United Nations and stuff like that. They are all a way of saying that beyond what we can do for ourselves, what can we do for others? And in one way or the other, if we look at it critically, we see that as simple as it may sound, some of us already doing that. For different people, some you remember, some you don't know, some you have even done without knowing you have done something like that. And you can take from the people you give advice for no cost, the people you show direction for no reason. They just ask you and you think, this is what I know, this is what I have, and you just do it. And some for something that's supposed to actually cost a sum of money. I mean, that if you are supposed to charge for it, you know how much it will cost the person, and still you do it for them without getting anything in return. And all of this goes to say that there is a point where we begin to think beyond now and begin to think beyond ourselves. And I'm not even talking about businesses yet, because when we start to talk about doing our business and then thinking beyond ourselves, that will be a different engagement. Probably there will be reason for us to go there in one of these days. But I'm saying that in the things that we do, even as individuals, uh, making maximum profit, taking those risks, helping people become whatever they want to become, there is a reward to it. And today is not for me to preach to you about how much you stand to gain by doing something for people for free. But like I first quoted that the life you live for, what is life you live for if it is not worth dying for? And this is to say this to establish or put our mind to the rules that must guide our lives. The things that we stand by, the things that we, no matter what is happening, we know that this is what I do and this I don't dabble into. And we can take that into the way you do business with people, the way you treat people, the extra mile you go for people, even beyond what you eventually stand to gain. Of course, let me quickly chip this in because I believe it so much that when people say they do things for free for people or for community or for businesses, whatever, beyond that is actually the fact that there is always something to gain at the end of the day, right? The pastor that preach and tells you he's doing it for free, the person that speak to you and they tell you they do it for free, they don't stand to gain anything, it's for your good. I've been up all night reading this book just to make sure I can preach to you today and stuff like that. It's not always entirely true. On the immediate, you can look at it and you see that, oh, this person is not gaining anything. But for anything, we always know that there is something to gain. And that takes us to what are they really gaining? Your clear conscience that you can say, oh, by God's grace, I've been able to affect so number of lives, or by having a kind of satisfaction that comes from generosity, or to have something to rub your ego. It can go into that as wide as that. But outside of that, like I said, that is not the main point. I just have to chip that in. And I chip that in to let you know that directly or indirectly, when you still do something like that, an act of charity or whatever it is, there's still something that comes back to you at the end of the day, either you expect it or not. But to the main topic of the day is, outside of what stand to be your personal gain, either it's convenient or it's not convenient, what is it that you stand by? Worst come to worst, you stand by it. And this is one reason I like the John Wick movie so much. And they say rules, without them we live with the animals. That is, there are rules, people are always talking. Hey, listen, there should be, okay, from the movie, as I was saying, even with how much desperate they may be to achieve a particular target, to achieve a goal, there are certain rules they make sure they don't break, irrespective of what is happening. And beyond that is even the fact that either somebody is watching or not, either you know it or not, either you are powerful to overcome the coming consequence or not, they still abide by those rules. So, what am I bringing to us today is there is need to put in place some kind of measure that govern your life, and that you looking into this far I can go for whatever it is I want to do, and this further I cannot go because of who I am. And those are the things that actually give meaning to our existence and to the things that we do. I will do this, I will not do this, I can do this, I cannot do this, right? And having all of those rules in place, I mean, I can start naming all of them, but different things will apply to different people for different reasons and at different points in life. You can look at yourself and okay, let me just give an instance of people who say they are vegetarian for whatever reason. They just believe they want to save the planet or save the animals, and they think the best way to do it to make sure you only eat leaves. What a life! But that's what most of them stand for. And I'll give you a scenario from, I think, from a clip I saw from a lady. The boyfriend or the fiance took her to their house, and it was time to have dinner, and they served all kind of meals, and they served meat like steak, all of those things, something you will see and appetite begin to disturb you to eat. And this lady said no, she's a vegetarian, she won't be able to take meat, anything that has to do with all of those. And everybody was like, okay, they started eating. But the father of the fiance or the father of the boyfriend said, you mean you don't eat meat? She was like, yes, he's been doing this for over how many years now? This, that, this, that. And the man said, okay, if you eat meat today, you have $10,000. And the man brought out cash from his pockets and pointed in the direction of the lady that if you eat meat now, I give you this. And the woman was like, 10,000. She struggled, and then she took her cutlery, cut the meat, and put it in her mouth. She ate. And the man withdrew the money, and he said, how was it? She was like, well, kind of good, not bad. And then the man said, just look at your life, all that you have held in high esteem for how many years is just gone within few seconds just because of how much? $10,000. Of course, that's a lot of money. But I can tell you that that happened because it's not a thing that she has really considered to be a part of her life. So that life she's been living has not at once been what is worth dying for. that's a major defining what's the English? That's a major defining principle or point for her, and that is what it is for everybody in life, in business. So if you do your business, how do you do your business? For instance, if your business talks about quality and excellence, irrespective of how high or how minimum you charge, it means there is a guarantee of excellence. And that goes to say that even when you decide to offer that business at no cost to whoever you are offering it to, they will still get there and find excellence. And so this is a call to say, let us look at our lives, our businesses, our career, our relationship. What are the do's and don'ts that we put in place? Beyond every other thing. That is, when you are under threat, when you're under threat, you still stand by this. And when you are under promises, rewards, all of those things that want to come your way, that's supposed to excite you in exchange for what you stand for, you can still say no, this is what I stand for. I really don't know how much sense this will be making to any of us here today, but I just think it's one of those things that we need to give consideration to. Some of the things I'm doing now that I'm raising so high, that I'm so loud about, things that I want to do, the things that I say I stand by. If threats come today, can I really stand by them? If stress come today, can I really stand by them? If a reward for letting them go comes today, can I really stand by them? That your girlfriend that you so much love, if another girl come today, or a father that is rich promises you something big to come and date his own daughter, will you let go of this present girl? Right? If as much as you say you want to have a citizenship of another country, if suddenly they fix Nigeria today and they promise you every good thing about life, will you still go towards having a second citizenship? If the excellence you so much shout about, the integrity, the righteousness, the whatever, anything that you are holding in high esteem, if there is a reward for letting them go today, will you hold on to them or will you let them go? And if you are under threat for holding on to them today, will you let it go or will you hold on to it? So, back to the initial question. The life you live in, is it worth dying for? What is the life you live if it is not worth dying for? That's just the question for us to go. You can think of it in different direction in every aspect that it applies to you, right? What are the things that no matter what happens, you really cannot give up? So that's to decide. As for us becoming everything we want to become, doing business right, becoming the big name in whatever industry, becoming the household name that we're forever looking for, there are also certain rules that we have to put in place. Some of them for working every day, taking one step at a time, and stuff like that. But beyond that, there is always reason for us to think about it. The things that we want to do, or the things we embarking on, the things we are doing. If there is threat, can I keep on doing them? If there is reward, can I also keep on doing them? If your answer is yes or no, it tells you about how good or how valid what you're presently doing is. And secondly, it tells you how much conviction you have about what you're doing presently. So if it's not worth dying for, why live for it? Maybe that's the question I should ask. Yeah. So that's that. It was just on my mind, so I thought to just push it out there and let's see if it has if it makes any sense to us, and then we can do something about it. Yeah. I think there was one other question. There's one other side of it that I mentioned earlier, and that part of it is wait. What was that second part? I'm trying to remember. Did I forget? Open up. So basically, I'm saying that let's look at those things and see how it applies to us, right? And see how it can help us become everything that we need to become. Because if there's anything I've found in this life, really, is that principles, irrespective of who is obeying or disobeying them, they always have the same reward or the same consequence. So if you want to be rich and you cannot manage money, then you know what the consequence will be. Eventually, being rich will remain a dream. So even if you don't desire or want to be rich, but you are so good with money management and revenue generation, it's only a matter of time. So those things work like that. And it will not matter if you believe God or not, if you're born again or not, if you like the devil or not. It just works that way. These are universal principles. And this particular one is just to let us check our life and look at it. What are the things that are most important to us? And if they are so important, at what point can I really let them go? What are the things that can take their place? And stuff like that. So that's my brief talk today. There is the other part of it that I think